Hello guys and welcome back to my channel Learn SAP MM. So guys, in today's video we are going to learn how to create a material master. Now, what is a material master in SAP? The material master contains information of all the materials that a company procures, stores or sells. It is the company's central source for retrieving material specific data. This information is stored in individual material master records. Now let us see the different types of materials in SAP. So the different types of materials are, first one is ERSA, that is spare parts, HIBE, that is operating supplies, UNBW, that is non-valuated material, NLHE, that is non-stock material, VERP is packaging material, FERT is finished goods, and ROH is raw material, and there are many other materials. So next, let us discuss some important terminology. Now, material group. A material group is a grouping together of materials with the same basic attributes. Next is purchasing group. A purchasing group is a person or a group of people which are responsible for day-to-day buying activities. Next is control code, which refers to HSN code, and then MRP type. It determines how and when the material is to be planned or to be made available for the requirement. So then next is a profit center. A profit center is an organizational unit in accounting that reflects a management oriented structure of the organization for the purpose of internal control. Next is valuation class. The valuation class determines the GL accounts that are updated as a result of valuation relevant transaction or events such as a goods movement. Now, T codes used in the process. The T codes used are MM01 is to create material, MM02 is to change material, MM03 is to display material, and MM60 is material list, that is list of material. So as we saw, to create material the T code used is MM01. So let us begin. All we have to do is type MM01. So we'll type MM01, press enter. Now as you can see, this is the initial screen of create material. Now material number you can manually enter or let the system decide a number for you. In SAP language we call it external assignment or internal assignment. Now let us see where the assignment is maintained in the system. So we have to go to SPRO, then we'll go to logistics general, then we'll go to material master, then we'll go to basic setting, and then we'll go to material types, and then we'll go to define number ranges for each material type. We have to just execute it and then display the intervals. So now as you can see, these are the ranges defined in the system. So you can see these are the number enters. That means you can create a material only between these numbers. So your material number has to be within these numbers. So if you try to enter any other random number, the system will not allow. So now in this there are 4 line items. So first 3 you can see are external assignment. That means you have to manually enter the number, and the last one is unticked. So that means it is internal assignment. That means the system will automatically generate a number. Here in the last item we can see there's a number in the status column. So this number indicates the latest material code generated in the system. So now next we'll go to the initial screen of create material. Now we'll enter the material code as available in the ranges we saw. We'll enter any random number between the range. So this is our material number, or you can say material code. So next is industry sector. Industry sector is a type of industry basically, and then material type. Material type, as we saw earlier, you have to select of your own choice. So we'll select a spare part, or you can say ERSA, that is for spare part. And now this is copy from material. So if you have a similar material, you can use that code as a reference to copy all the relevant data of that particular material. So for now we'll not take any reference material, we'll enter all the data manually. If you're taking a reference material, you don't have to enter all the fields. Some data will be copied from your reference material. Now these are all different material views which are configured for your material type spare parts. Now next we'll see where this configuration of material views is made in the system. So for that we'll have to go back to SPRO. Go back to SPRO. Go back from here. Go back. So now as you can see there's one field define attributes of material type. So we have to execute that. So here you can see there's a list of all the material types available in the system. So we'll select any one material type. We'll select spare parts only, and we'll go to detailed data. So now here you can see the fields highlighted indicates that all these material views are available for the material type spare part. So here you can change or add or delete accordingly the way you want. So you can see all these views are already available for material type spare part. So now we'll go back to our create material screen. We won't save the data because our views are already created. So now you have to select the views you want to create for the material you are creating. So we'll select few of the views which are important by the way. So we'll choose purchasing, MRP1, MRP2, general data. General data is your storage data. Then quality management. Quality management is an important view by the way. The use of this view we'll discuss in the later part of the video. Then we'll select accounting one, and that's it. These are all important views which we have selected now, and then we'll go to continue. So now here you have to enter the plant in which your material needs to be created, and then a storage location. Press enter. So now as you can see, this is your material description. Now material description can be anything user has requested. So for now we'll type as testing. Now base unit of measure. So base unit of measure is basically a unit, whether you want your material in kgs or numbers or meter. So as you can see, there are so many unit of measure you can select from. So we'll select any one, maybe numbers. Where is numbers? Okay, here it is. Numbers. We'll double click, and then material group. Now material group can be different for different companies as you have defined in your company. So these are the list of all the material group defined in our company. So it can be different for your company. We'll just select any one material group. So the description of material group I have explained already. So we'll press enter. After entering, it will take you to the next view, that is purchasing. So now in purchasing view, all you have to enter is the important field is purchasing group. Now what is purchasing group? We have discussed already. So we'll select one purchasing group from the drop down or select menu. So these are all the list of purchasing group that are created in our company. So how to create a purchasing group also we'll learn in some next video. So this is the list. We'll select any one purchasing group. So we have to double click on the purchasing group. So that's it. This is about the purchasing view. We'll press enter now after entering the purchasing group. Press enter. So it will take you to the next view, that is international trade. So now if you are using SAP HANA, this field name, this view name has changed. Earlier it was foreign trade, now it has changed into international trade. So here we have to enter control code. The control code is an optional field. It is not a mandatory field. Control code, as we discussed earlier, it refers to HSN code. So this is not a mandatory field, so but we'll enter any 4-digit HSN code or control code, and we'll press enter. So it will take you to the next view, that is purchase order text. Now purchase order text also is not a mandatory field, but it is a very useful field, as whatever data you enter here reflects in the purchase order. When you create a purchase order for this particular material, this data will be reflected in the purchase order. So we'll enter any random text. So and now next you have to go to the next view, that is MRP1. Now MRP1 is an important view too. So in this, the important field is MRP type. The definition of MRP type we have discussed already at the start of the video. Now if you see, there are many MRP types available in the system. Now each MRP type will have its own use. So the detail of the MRP types will learn in some other video. So for now you all need to know that the different MRP types have different uses. So we'll select any one MRP type, maybe no planning will select, which is a common MRP type. And no planning, the name itself suggests that you don't need to plan anything. So all you have to do is create a purchase requisition directly. So then we'll press enter. It will take you to MRP2. So MRP2, some important field is planned delivery time. So planned delivery time, as you can see, planned delivery time. So planned delivery time is in how many days you want the material. So we'll enter as 25 or some random days you can enter, and then after pressing enter we'll go to the next view, that is MRP3. In MRP3 the important field you have to enter is availability check. Now availability check, you can say whether you want whether it's your daily requirement or individual requirement. So we'll select individual requirement and then we'll press enter. So it will take you to the next view, that is plant data storage 1. Now this is an important view. This is basically your storage view. So here you can enter storage bin. It is usually entered when the material is received in your particular store, and it indicate, the storage bin indicate where exactly in your store the material has been stored. So after pressing, we'll go to the next view, and here the important field is profit center. Now what is profit center we have already discussed in the beginning. So we'll enter the profit center. Now profit center are usually defined in your company. So we'll enter profit center, and now the next view is quality management. Now this is an important view. So in quality management you have to go to inspection types, and after going to inspection type you have to select one inspection type. Now there are many inspection types, so we'll select from the list. Now as you can see, there are many inspection types, each having its own use. So what we'll do is we'll select one inspection type. So we'll select the first one, that is goods receipt inspection for purchase order, which means when the goods is received against a purchase order, it will go to the quality inspection when the GRN is made. So then you have to go to the T code and give the usage decision, that we'll learn in some other video. Then as you can see, you have to tick both pre-inspection type and active. So without ticking this,
inspection tab would be active for the particular material. So then press enter and it will bring you to the initial screen. Now press enter again. So now it will take you to the next view, that is accounting view. So now in accounting view, the important field you have to mention or enter is valuation class. Now what is valuation class we have discussed already. Now even valuation class can be different for different companies or as defined in your company. So as you can see, this is the list of valuation class in our company. So it will be different for your company. So we'll select one valuation class from the list. Any one will select. General stores will select. Double click. Now the next is, after valuation class, you can see the price. The price initially will be blank only. So now it will ask you whether you want to save your material. You have to say yes. Click on S. So now after clicking, you can see the material has been created. Your material so and so has been created. So we'll just copy this material code. We'll close this. We'll go back. Now we'll display the material we have just created. Now as we saw earlier, to display the material, the T code is MM03. We'll enter the material code and press enter. We'll select the views we have created, or you can select all and press enter. Now you have to enter plant, then storage location and press enter again. Now as you can see, the material you have created already earlier has been displayed here. So you have to keep pressing enter. It will take you to the next view. MRP1, MRP2. So whatever data you have entered while creating the material is being displayed now. Press enter. See, this is the material you have just created. Press enter. So this is how to display a material. And one more T code we saw, that is MM60 is the list of material. Now in MM60 you have to enter the material code and execute. So here it will give you the details of the material you have just created in a list view. Now as you can see, here it gives you the material data, material description data, then who has created, then material group details, MRP type details and other data related to this particular material we have just created. Otherwise you can directly enter the plant and it will give you the list of all the materials available in the plant. So this is how you generally run material list. So we'll go back. So guys, this is all about the creation of material master. If you liked my video, please subscribe to my channel and share the same with others. Thank you guys. Thank you.